There is a hidden tax that nobody talks about. It's not collected by the government and it doesn't appear on your pay stub. It's the poverty tax. In the world of finance, there is a cruel paradox. The less money you have, the more everything costs you. This is known as the Boots theory, and understanding it is the only way to stop being a victim of a system that rewards the rich for being wealthy and punishes the poor for being broke. The theory was popularized by the author Terry Pratchett, and it's a perfect illustration of how poverty is a self-reinforcing trap. Imagine two workers, John and Michael. Both need a pair of work boots for their jobs. Michael is broke and can only afford a $20 pair of cheap plastic-soled boots. They aren't waterproof, they have no support, and after 6 months of heavy use, the soles wear out and the boots fall apart. Michael has to buy another $20 pair. Michael doesn't have a choice, he only has $20. On the other side, John has $100 in his pocket. He buys a high-quality pair of leather boots with a lifetime warranty. These boots are waterproof, comfortable, and they last for 10 years. At the end of those 10 years, John has spent exactly $100 on boots and has had dry feet the whole time. Michael, however, has had to buy 20 pairs of cheap boots, spending $400 in total, and he spent most of that decade with wet, aching feet. Michael is $300 poorer than John, simply because he couldn't afford to spend more at the beginning. This is the essence of the poverty tax. It is expensive to be poor. This theory applies to almost every aspect of life, from your kitchen to your car. Think about how you buy groceries. A wealthy person can buy a bulk pack of 50 rolls of toilet paper for $20, paying 40 cents a roll. A poor person who only has $2 in their pocket today has to buy a single roll for $1. The poor person is paying more than double for the exact same item. Over a year, the poor person spends hundreds of dollars more on basic household goods than the person who can afford to buy in bulk. Then there's the trap of debt and credit. A person with a high credit score and a $50,000 down payment can get a car loan at 0 or 2% interest. They pay almost exactly the price of the car. A person with no savings and a low score might pay 15 or 20%. By the time they finish paying for a $20,000 car, they have paid $35,000. They are paying a $15,000 tax just for not having money up front. Poverty is expensive because it forces you to live in the short term. When you're struggling, you cannot afford to think about next year. You can only think about next Tuesday. This forced short-term thinking makes you make decisions that are mathematically disastrous in the long run. You pay late fees because you couldn't pay a bill on time. You pay overdraft fees because your balance was too low. You pay repair costs because you couldn't afford the preventative maintenance on your car. If you can't afford a $30 oil change, you will eventually pay $3,000 for a new engine. The system charges you a premium for your lack of liquidity. Even your health is subject to the Boots theory. If you can afford fresh, organic food and a gym membership, you are investing in your future health. If you can only afford cheap, processed fast food, you are saving money today, but building up a massive medical debt for tomorrow. The cost of treating diabetes or heart disease is far higher than the cost of a healthy salad, but if you only have $5 for dinner, you buy the burger.
Breaking this cycle is one of the hardest things in finance because it requires you to find a way to overinvest even when you feel you have nothing. It means making the painful choice to save up for the leather boots while your current ones are leaking. It means prioritizing quality over quantity and bulk over individual items as soon as you have a single extra dollar. It means avoiding rent-to-own stores and payday lenders, which are the ultimate predators of the Boots theory. To redraw your financial future, you must become hyper-aware of where you are paying the poverty tax and find ways to cut those leaks one by one. It might take months of sacrifice to buy your first quality item, but that item will stop the bleeding and allow you to save for the next one. Wealth isn't just about how much you earn, it's about the efficiency of your spending. Subscribe to join us. We take the complex world of money and break it down into clear, unambiguous concepts that anyone can master. I'll see you in the next one.